Hi y'all, this is Gary and this is Keith, my brother-in-law, and this is Justin, my nephew. Gordon's back there in the background listening to some easy listening jazz, you know what I mean? This whole party started, my nephew sent me a link, a Facebook link to a truck, and I kind of discarded it almost. Then my brother-in-law texted me, he's like, y'all ready to struggle? He needed to go get a hitch out of another truck. So they came over and we were waiting for the guy to call me, and then I looked at that truck and I just kind of sent the message, is it still available? So we went over and looked at it. We decided to buy it. It was King Ranch 2007. It was smoking. Guy didn't know what to do. He's not a mechanic. He just, wanted to get rid of it. He wanted to sell it. So I bought it for $14,500. So we brought it home, and now we kind of diagnosed a few things, but we decided it was a fuel injector. And so instead of just replacing one, I decided to replace them all, because the guy I bought it from said that he had already done an injector and it was the same basic problem as the last time. So I went ahead and bought a whole new set of injectors. And so we're about ready to take it into surgery now, and I'm going to film it and share it with you guys. Alright, so we're up here in this engine bay here, and we've already taken off the CAC tube, and we're getting ready to take off the ICP sensor. I'll go ahead and unplug that. And then we're going to need a 15/16 for this. See if I can do it with my hand. Yeah, I got it.
So very strong.
I'm strong. And there you go. Set this guy aside. We'll call that aside. And then we're going to take off the glow plug control module. I've already loosened this one up too. You want to take the glow plug module off before you unplug it. It's just easier.
You also failed to mention you unplug your positive on your passenger side battery.
First step. He forgets the first step. Look at that. This is where you lose the bolt.
Yeah, one of those magnetic straight things.
Yeah, sitting over there. All right. Pull this sucker off. Flip it over, and you got a tang over here. You want to push it in. You want to make sure you hear it click. Oh, it clicked, but you kind of want to wiggle it off. I can't do it.
Sometimes you might have to struggle with it. It's real world right here.
There we go. Got another tank over here. All right, freedom. There you go. Glow plug controller module.
Throw that off to the side.
Should we put this over somewhere else? Or are we just gonna put it up here?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, now you're gonna fish out your harness. That's why we disconnected this earlier.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're just gonna fish this wire harness kind of out of the way here. Fold it off to the side.
Oh, I've always wanted to do this. You unscrew your oil fill right out of the valve cover. You unplug your vacuum line from your heater actuator. You just stick that right over here on this bolt like that. All right, now, heater hose, move it up over the little shield there. Don't worry,
on it.
Plastic breaking's a good sign.
Kind of wedge it up in there.
I think your problem is you're going over the heater hose. You got to go under the heater hose.
My first time doing this.
Now look at all that room you have to work on.
It's all of
that
our
valve
first time
cover.
doing this, actually, to be honest with you.
I've pulled this harness away before.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Why you gonna make it look bad, man?
It's just his first time.
Alright, so got that thing out of the way. Now I believe we need to do the globe plug
Mount.
controller mount. I believe there's 4 bolts on this thing. They're all 10 millimeter. Alright, is that everything?
Looks like it.
Alright. Alright, so now we're going to unplug the injectors. We made this special little tool here. I don't know if you can see it, but you just plug that sucker onto the injector, the wire, you push it in, and that injector wire should pull right off. There it is. There's the first one, number 1. This is going to be injector number 3. Number 5. Can't quite get it on there. There we go.
Big old hand in the way.
I was bowling with it. Alright. Injector's unplugged. Alright, okay.
Action.
Oh god, I need a
Okay, he's been doing
I need a shorter one.
transmission dipstick, which is 210 millimeters.
Sometimes the stud comes out with this, but this one came off really easy, so the stud will come out later. Now this one's different, I think. No, it doesn't. It isn't. It's not.
Same.
Alright, you just pull that guy aside. Alright, so I think we're going to be able to take the studs out now. There's, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And then there's 3 regular bolts, and I think they're 12 millimeter. And there's like 2 down here. I don't know if you can see them, but they're a little bit harder to get to. We're going to have to work on them a little bit. But we'll start with these studs. Before I do that, I think I'm going to get some compressed air and blow this thing out.
Alright, so we screwed back in the fill
12 millimeter?
and the ICP to blow it out with air just so we didn't get any air inside. You should probably do that before starting, but we'll just unscrew these again.
Alright, look at Keith in action.
Face of determination right there.
Look at that. You can see he's got that brace on there. That's a
Performance enhancing item.
performance enhancer. You also want to note the orientation of all these bolts. I mean, it's pretty easy. You know, you got the one in the back on the very top, and then the last 2 on the very bottom are regular bolts. Everything else is a stud, so. All right, I don't know if you can see these. Maybe I'll let Justin up here get a good vantage point. But there's one here and there's one here. We got to get out. And they look really fun.
Probably should start with those, but you know, we like to do it backwards.
Calling in the specialist.
He's a specialist. Really hard. I'm stuck. It's got my.
You need 9 more
brace.
swivels.
My brace. Got my brace. I don't know what you. This swivel's way loose. Function of this swivel. That's full of crap.
Winning!
Got it! Got it!
Okay, this valve cover fall off now.
Okay.
It's already lifted up.
Alright, we got
Alright.
that out of the way. Now we're going to pull the
Valve cover off.
valve cover off. Oh, I lied.
Is there one more
There
bolt?
are 4 bolts back here.
Oh, look at that. That's the face of a liar.
Alright, the final bolt. I promise this time.
He promises. Do we trust him?
Comment below if you trust
Does
us.
he look trustworthy?
Alright, here comes the valve cover. Takes a little bit of manipulation, but not too much.
You can do it. Oh, look at that. Look in there. Very
We
clean.
got the oil rail.
Very, very clean. All right, we have removed and are inspecting the valve cover gasket. It's looking pretty good.
Pretty new.
Okay.
I think now we can remove the ECP.
Pull the
Gasket.
seal for the ICP
seal.
Sensa and set it aside.
Right, you want to look at that too.
So you're going to want to
Looks-
just toss that in the dirt a couple times.
Looks pretty good. And then I learned this from that Ford Tech Macu. What is his name?
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, well, yeah. He says put one of these studs in there. That way you don't forget to install that thing. So that's pretty awesome. Good idea. Ford
Place
Tech
one valve cover together.
Macu Loco. Ford
Alright.
Tech Macu Loco.
now-
So now we're going to take off the standpipe and the dummy plug. I believe this is the dummy plug up here. I could be wrong. Oh, I might have to be stronger for this. I think they're torqued down to 60 foot-pounds or something like that.
So if you have the 10 millimeter standpipes, you want to upgrade to the 12 millimeter. They have a lower failure rate. Talking shit about
Kills a
my creeper.
full belly. I'm gonna need something else because I haven't got no leverage here. Yes, I'm a wimp.
Alright, he got himself a cheater bar.
It's in there, Keith.
Oh man, this might be a 2-person cheater bar.
Back. Oh,
There we go.
there we go. Lots of grunting happening. Now this standpipe won't come out all the way. We're gonna have to separate it. You'll see why in a minute. All right. Oh, look at all that goodness.
Yep, you gotta drain it.
Oh, it came out the first piece. The other half is down in there, and that's fine. I think we can get it in a minute.
I'm dexterous. Alright, back to you, Gary.
All right, we're just gonna break these free. Hopefully, if I got the right size.
T30.
It says T30, but
Wasn't this what you wanted, the long? Oh, you got the long, okay.
these are not T. Yeah, they are T30. I just can't see very well.
You just an old blind man.
One there. those two we're gonna have to get off using a different method. So we're gonna explore that right now.
MacGyver over here has made this thing. That's the face of a
Hoping it's
man that
gonna
makes
work
that.
because we don't want this to fall in there, so we're gonna have to be real careful. I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie.
6.5 hours later.
Oh, those last two on the
Way back there.
way back there, they gave me a hard time. I ended up just going to a regular Torx Allen style wrench, and it was excruciating. Took me a long time, but I got it out, thank the Lord. Alright, so now we're going to remove this oil rail. I'm going to pry up gently up here in front just to kind of break it free.
Slippery.
Try to take it off as easy as possible. Kind of tilt it over and let that sucker drain out.
It's a boy.
It's a baby boy. Oh, God.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
Alright, so now we're going to use a 19mm to try to get the wires out of the head here. I'm going to put this 9mm in there, kind of gently move it.
1 hour later.
Try to get this thing through.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Just like that.
Now I need to check the orientation. This flat side, I think there's a name on here. We need to orientate that up on the next one. Alright.
Repeat that process 3 more times.
Alright, so we're going to use a T45 on this guy. We want to make sure we get the extended version of this socket because we don't want to interfere with it. This will start out loose and then it'll get tight again, and then you'll see this injector start raising up. Actually raises it out for you. Kind of nice. This is the one we think is bad, number 1.
Put your finger under there, don't lose that washer.
Where's that light? Where's the light guy?
Oh, I just started smelling asparagus.
I'll try to hold my gas in. Does he sweat a lot under pressure?
Maybe.
See how I'm holding it? So you want to pull that guy out. And make sure you got your copper washer on there. Pull this out, wipe him down, see what it looks like. You can
You should do that somewhere else, I think. It'd be a great idea.
Alright, well, get me out of here.